The Weed of the Week is sponsored by the Enlist Weed Control System from Dow AgroSciences, a new herbicide and trait system that will build on glyphosate.
You work to protect your farm's legacy and to keep it going. Introducing the Enlist Weed Control System, an advanced herbicide and trait system that will build on glyphosate for exceptional control of tough weeds. The next chapter begins.
Our weed of the week is Cocklebur.
This used to be one of the toughest weeds when we were growing up and walking a lot of beans. Like this field right here, we'd walk this field and we'd see these big, slightly lighter color green leaves, and it was Cocklebur every time. And when we look at Cocklebur, the big confusion that we would have at that time in our lives was, well, is it a sunflower or is it a Cocklebur? And when you think of the difference, when you grab onto the stem, you'll see it right away. With sunflower, it's really rough and abrasive with long hairs. With Cocklebur, it looks kind of like a leopard print up the stem. Lots of black spots on it. And then, of course, when the seed comes out, it's very clear that this is Cocklebur because chances are it's going to stick all over your clothes.
Well, fortunately, we have much better ways to control it than we used to because growing up, pulling it was the very best way, unfortunately, in soybeans.
Well, it helped us develop strong backs, Brian. That was a good thing, and a good work ethic,
Yeah,
right?
But anyway, when we talk about soybeans today, yeah, we used to have metribuzin or Sencor, and we still have that today, so that's one thing you can do. It's not that great, but you could add Python to it, and that will improve the control.
Well, pre-emerge would be nice, but chances are this seed is so big and it could germinate from about 6 inches deep. So even if you're doing tillage out there and say, well, I'm just going to bury those seeds so I don't see them again, they can still pop up. And if you've got something that can germinate from 6 inches deep, there's no pre-emerge program that's going to be perfect on it ever. We've always been looking for that silver bullet in soybeans. What's the one thing I can spray and it's all over? I remember when Pursuit Plus came out and guys said, wow, this is fantastic. I don't have anything coming through except Cockleburs and sunflowers. And those weeds that have great big seeds are just tough to fight. So when we're looking post-emergent soybeans, when we were kids, Basagran was, well, that was the best product that we had, and it was pretty
It's not that
iffy.
good. We also used to use Classic and Pinnacle a lot. Today it'd be Classic plus Harass if you want to do that. But I think First Rate is definitely better, so that's the way I'd go.
Well, also Pursuit and Raptor do have some decent activity if you can use those in your rotation.
All right, real quickly, in corn, what do you think the best thing down
Well, in
is?
corn pre-emerge, I like Balance Flex, but again, it's not perfect.
Verdict's probably just as good though. That Sharpen, especially if you go with the higher rate, good product. Post-emerge, probably Status, otherwise Callisto, Loudus, Impact are decent, and old Buctril-atrazine will work just fine. In wheat, Sharpen's the best pre, and post-emerge, I'd probably run with Husky.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's Weed, but Iron Talk is coming up next.